Germany invented the internal combustion engine. Germany invented aspirin. Germany invented the printing press, the automobile, the jet engine and X-rays. When the world thinks of engineering precision, when someone says built like a German machine, everyone knows exactly what that means. Germany has more engineers per capita than almost any country on Earth. Its manufacturing sector is the backbone of the European economy. Its industrial giants, Siemens, BASF, ThyssenKrupp, Bosch, Volkswagen, are among the most technically sophisticated organizations in human history. And right now, today, in 2026, Germany has problems it cannot solve. An energy transition that is behind schedule, water infrastructure that is crumbling faster than it can be repaired. Industrial competitiveness is under threat from every direction, and a growing list of German executives, energy ministers, and engineering companies flying to a country smaller than one of Germany's federal states to find answers. Welcome back to Grand Structures. This is Germany versus Israel, the most surprising engineering matchup of the 21st century. Germany launched the Energiewende, the energy transition, in 2011, the most ambitious national energy transformation program in history. The goal? Close all nuclear plants, phase out coal, and run entirely on renewables by 2035. The investment? Over 500 billion euros. The result? In 2026, Germany still relies on imported gas. Its electricity prices are among the highest in the developed world. Energy-intensive industries, chemicals, steel, aluminium, are moving production out of Germany to countries with cheaper energy. The Energiewende is not failing, but it is not succeeding fast enough. And the specific technical problems holding it back, grid storage, smart grid management, energy efficiency at industrial scale, are problems that Germany's own engineering ecosystem has not solved. Energy Tech Week 2026, held in Israel from June 1 to 4, brought together more than 1,000 participants, including German energy companies, startups, investors, and policymakers, specifically to discuss grid capacity, physical AI for energy management, and cyber resilience for critical infrastructure. German energy executives came to Israel not to sell their solutions, but to find solutions they do not have. Israel has hundreds of active climate tech startups, companies working on grid storage, smart energy management, water energy nexus solutions, and industrial efficiency technologies. The country that produces 5.4% of its GDP in R&D, the highest rate in the world, has been working on energy scarcity solutions since 1948. Germany is just beginning to face the scarcity that Israel has always had, and Israel solved it first. Germany has water, plenty of it. Unlike Israel's desert, Germany receives over 700 millimeters of rain per year, so it seems absurd to say that Germany has a water infrastructure problem, but it does, and it is getting worse. Germany's water distribution infrastructure was largely built in the 1950s through 1980s. It is aging. Leakage rates across German cities average 8 to 10%, meaning 1 in 10 liters of treated drinking water never reaches a tap. It leaks into the ground through cracked pipes. The cost of replacing this infrastructure across Germany is estimated at over 50 billion euros, and the engineering expertise to do it efficiently, minimizing disruption, maximizing lifespan, and integrating smart monitoring is exactly what Israeli water technology companies have been developing for decades. Israel has the most advanced water monitoring technology on Earth.
Sensors that detect pipe leaks before they become visible failures. AI systems that predict infrastructure degradation and schedule maintenance before emergency repair is needed. Smart metering that identifies leakage at the level of individual city blocks. These technologies, developed by Israeli companies including Takadu, WaterGen, and Mekarot's Innovation Division, are now being adopted by German municipalities that cannot afford to replace their entire water infrastructure, but can afford to monitor it intelligently. Germany has the engineering culture to fix its water infrastructure. Israel has the specific technology to fix it efficiently. The combination, German construction capacity plus Israeli monitoring intelligence, is exactly the partnership that is forming right now in cities across Germany. Round 3 is the one that made headlines globally, and it is the most symbolic of all. Germany, the country with one of the world's most sophisticated defense industries, home to Rheinmetall, Klaus Maffei Megmann, and MBDA, decided in 2023 that for ballistic missile defense it needed something it could not build. It signed a €4 billion deal, later expanded to $6.5 billion, for Israel's Arrow 3 system. The first Arrow 3 battery was handed to the German Air Force in December 2025. Germany's defense industry is excellent at what it has always built: tanks, artillery, conventional weapons. But upper-tier ballistic missile defense, the kind that intercepts warheads in space, as we covered in our Arrow 3 video, requires a very specific combination of radar technology, kill vehicle engineering, and battle management software that Germany had not developed. Russia's ballistic missile arsenal made this gap suddenly urgent, and the only system in the world with a proven combat record intercepting ballistic missiles in space was Israeli. The Arrow 3 battery, now deployed at Holzdorf, covers all of Germany and most of Central Europe. Germany did not just buy a weapon, it bought the protection of an entire continent using technology built in Israel, battle-tested against Iranian ballistic missiles, and now deployed in the heart of Europe. The innovator of the concept of Blitzkrieg is now protected by an Israeli shield. History, as always in this region, moves faster than anyone expects. Germany's startup ecosystem is the largest in continental Europe. Berlin is a genuine tech hub, home to companies like Zalando, Delivery Hero, and N26. Germany produces more tech unicorns than any other European country except the UK. And yet, the comparison with Israel reveals a gap that German innovation policymakers find deeply uncomfortable. Israel has 140 scientists and technicians per 10,000 employees, compared to 85 per 10,000 in the United States and 83 per 10,000 in Japan. Germany is comparable to the US, but Israel has 65% more research talent density than either America or Germany. In 2025, while Israel was fighting a war, its tech sector delivered exit values surpassing $70 billion, nearly triple the total from the previous year. The entire country was under missile attack, and its tech sector had its best year in history. Foreign investors initially fled and then came back. Combat-proven products, stress-tested management, companies that kept running under fire. That track record became the investment case. German venture capital firms and corporate innovation arms have quietly become significant investors in Israeli tech. SAP, Germany's largest software company, has had a permanent presence in Israel for years, specifically to access innovation that Germany's own ecosystem is not producing fast enough. Deutsche Telekom, Bosch, Allianz, all of them have Israeli innovation partnerships, Israeli startup investments, or Israeli R&D relationships. Germany's corporate giants are voting with their capital, and the vote keeps going to Tel Aviv.
Germany invented modern engineering. That is not an exaggeration or metaphor. The internal combustion engine, the automobile, the jet engine, precision manufacturing, these things came from Germany. The word engineer in its modern professional sense was shaped by German industrial culture. For 200 years, when the world needed something engineered to perfection, it looked to Germany. And today, in energy transition, in water infrastructure, in ballistic missile defense, in startup innovation, Germany keeps finding that the next answer comes from a desert country smaller than one of its own federal states. Not because Germany stopped being excellent, but because Israel became something Germany could not plan for. A country so compressed by necessity, so pressured by scarcity, so accelerated by existential urgency that it generates innovation at a pace and density that no amount of German planning and industrial organization can match. Germany and Israel are not competitors, they are partners. The $6.5 billion Aero 3 deal is not a defeat for German engineering. It is the most rational procurement decision Germany could make, buying proven technology instead of spending a decade developing something inferior from scratch. German pragmatism meeting Israeli innovation. The partnership that neither country planned, but both countries need. Germany invented engineering. Then it flew to Israel to fix its biggest problems. The scoreboard does not lie, and the partnership it is building, German scale, Israeli innovation, may be the most important engineering collaboration of the next 50 years. Here is what I want you to answer. If Germany, the country that invented modern engineering, needs Israeli technology to solve its biggest problems, which country do you think is next? Which major engineering nation will fly to Israel next? Drop your prediction in the comments. Subscribe to Grand Structures and watch our Japan video right after this, because Germany is not alone. The world's engineering powers keep finding the same answer.